I want you to imagine this. You're in school and everyone around you talks about cigarettes. They hyped it up so much, you became curious and you're on your way to get one. That was the exact situation I find myself in. Fast forward to 6 years ago, I was just a guy who's doing pretty much nothing in his life. I was waking up, going to school and repeating this vicious cycle until I became bored and literally cried to help. But on one day, something really strange happened. I went to this goddamn school which I really hate, and I stumbled upon my friends which talking about something very weird. They're non-smokers usually, but they were just talking about cigarettes and literally hyping at each other. They mentioned something called dizziness which I didn't understand for a second. But whatever it is, in my mind, it was so pleasurable at this point. So I didn't even stay with my friends to ask whatever was going on. I just immediately rushed to the nearest shopping mall so I could get one thing and experience this dizziness feeling. Once I get this precious thing from the cashier, I opened up, put one out of it and put it immediately. On the first minutes, it was kind of disappointing because nothing was literally happening, but after a couple of seconds, oh my god, I was literally feeling like high. My head's turning all the time and I have to cross my legs and not fell off from this thing. But every good thing has an end. After I just experienced this dizziness feeling for 15 seconds, literally for 30 minutes I felt an ache. From my back to testicles, every part of my body hurt so much, and here I was trying to go back to the college I got. I couldn't help myself to bully at this point because why I just make this trade-off? Technically, it wasn't even pleasurable and I spent my $10 into this. Right now I got 19 cigarettes in my hand and I didn't know what to do with them. So I just pulled them into my bag and started to go, oh, it's just gonna be one. I'm never gonna smoke again, but that's the thing tobacco companies wants us to do. I could literally throw the pack away right now and just continue my day-to-day life. I fulfilled my curiosity already, but they make the cigarettes precious. They brainwashed my friends first by making the hype of dizziness feeling, and they hooked me afterwards by making it precious. I literally find myself as a guy who couldn't even throw this goddamn poisonous pack into the bin because I spent money in it, because I had a moment with it, and I still want to get that dizziness feeling. So I find myself smoking in every occasion I went. Whether I was chatting with a girl or practicing a football match, I had this tobacco stick in my hand. And people literally scream into my face about, quit this goddamn thing, you're literally gonna lose your life. But I wasn't just like, yeah, no, I want that dizziness feeling and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get that. But this could be the worst decision I could ever made. It made me to lose everything I got in my hands. You know, at that time I had a lovely girl which I was going to marry in 3 months. No, she didn't want to be a guy who's gonna poison his children in the future. And neither I was feeling dizzy anymore, and neither I could run, talk, walk, or do any activity successfully. I just had to stop, take a deep breath first, and hopefully continue my activity, whatever it is. And I find myself in this situation for what? Literally a thing called dizziness feeling. It didn't even occur after the first cigarette I got. Even that was just simple oxygen deprivation. If I hold my breath for 2 minutes, I was gonna get the same feeling, but I achieved the same outcome much more faster with the cigarettes. And this faster outcome literally ruined my entire life. I've been through all of this for one single thing. Pleasure. And it wasn't even pleasuristic even all. Those tobacco companies literally brainwashed me into so deep. I started to think cigarettes kind of provide us some pleasure, but no. If you made up your research very carefully, you're gonna see cigarettes doesn't even provide any pleasure at all. Doesn't even spike dopamine or oxygen deprivation whatsoever. We just get the pure harm from it. But you know, there's so many myths going around this addiction gurus and smokers who carries the dirty work for tobacco companies. They just hype this dizziness feeling so much, you couldn't help yourself to become curious and try your first cigarette. And once you get your first cigarette, no. Everything was too late. The big tobacco set it as planned and you're gonna play the game. But I'm not gonna allow that anymore. I don't want to see any smokers going day by day wishing to quit, but being chained to this toxic stick. That's not the life they deserve. They deserve to be much more healthier, sharper, energetic, and having the actual pleasure in our lives. But right now, they're under the spell of big tobacco. And we are the ones who's gonna enlighten it. We are the ones who's gonna dissolve the game and make every smoker quit on this planet. And if you wanted to quit smoking, there's a link in the description of the book I call, so we can make this reality. This is I2, and I know you're gonna make it.